So you want to learn how to play the elevator game. Well, you should be warned at the start that playing the game should be avoided at all costs. If you attempt to play, do so at your own risk. You have been warned. First, a brief introduction into the elevator game, also known as the elevator to another world. Its origins come from South Korea. The original start of the practice is unknown, but the online posts talking about the elevator game date back to 2011. The elevator game is essentially a step-by-step ritual that believers are able to perform to open up a portal to an alternate dimension. Well, without further delay, let's unlock this forbidden knowledge. Players of the elevator game must use a building with an elevator that has at least 10 floors. The ritual can also be completed with multiple people or just by one. It is important, however, to complete the following steps in the exact order they're presented. Step 1. All players must enter the elevator on the ground floor. No outsiders can be on the elevator with the players. If at any time an outsider does board the elevator, then the ritual is broken and you must restart from the beginning. If at any time you hear voices coming from the outside of the elevator, whether off in the distance or directed at you, pleading for your help, it is important to remain silent and not respond to them in any way. After a while, they should fade away and it will return back to silence. Step 2. The players need to ride the elevator in a specific sequence. They first must go from the ground floor to the 4th floor. Then from the 4th floor, they need to head down to the 2nd floor. Once on the 2nd floor, they must head back up to the 6th floor, then back down to the 2nd floor, and then to the 10th floor, before ending on the 5th floor. So basically, ground floor, 4th, 2nd, 6th, 2nd, 10th, and then end on the 5th. Players again must not leave the elevator at this time, and no outsiders can board the elevator without ruining the ritual. Step 3. When you arrive on the 5th floor, if you encounter a mysterious woman, do not panic and remain calm. She may even come aboard the elevator and stand close to you, maybe staring at you in the eyes, or trying to fool you into thinking she's a normal outsider, and that you must restart the ritual. It is important to not interact with her in any way. Do not look at her, do not speak with her, don't respond to her presence in any way. Failing to do so may have dire consequences, including you never returning to the real world again. The woman you see may even look familiar to someone you have known in your real life. She, however, is not human. Some believe she may even be trapped there, in between worlds trying to find somebody to aid her in her escape. But mostly, she's seen as an evil guardian, giving the final test to those who have dared to play the elevator game. Wait for her to leave before continuing on. Step 4. Take the elevator from the 5th floor to the 1st floor. If you were worried about the mysterious woman on the 5th floor, then the 1st floor is going to be a whole lot crazier for you. But hopefully you've watched this video already and decided you're too smart to take this risk on. But those of you without sound mind, you may still be in luck. If the elevator begins to descend and arrives on the 1st floor, it has operated normally, and you are greeted with a familiar sight of the ground floor you had entered on. For one reason or another, the ritual has failed. Immediately exit the elevator and the building with all members. Do not turn around and look back, and don't say a word. You're still in risk of doom until exiting the building. If your ritual, however, was successful, when you click the button to go to the ground floor, the elevator will instead move upwards. This is your last chance to turn back. You must hit any elevator button to stop the lift from reaching the 10th floor. Once the doors open on the 10th floor, it'll reveal a world that looks similar to the one you know, but also different at the same time. Things here may seem eerie or even darker. Things may feel odd, and a sense of dread might come over your body as it reacts to the environment knowing that it should not have come here. The power might even be out in the building, or there might be no electricity powering anything at all in this world. You might even be shocked to find out your cell phone isn't working. Any electronic devices you may have brought with you cease to work, including battery-operated wristwatches. Some players who have visited this realm have said that they've looked out a window and seen a lone, glowing red cross in the distance. For others, they quickly lost consciousness in this plane of reality. You may want to explore this existence for yourself. You can either turn back now or get off the elevator and see the world for yourself. It should be noted that the mysterious woman that you may have encountered on the 5th floor may be standing near the exit of the elevator. She might watch you as you disembark the elevator and ask you things like, "Where are you going? What's wrong?" It is important to continue past her without acknowledging her presence. She most likely won't follow you. At some point, if not immediately regretting your decision to leave the elevator, you may want to return home to the world you know. Well, that sucks for you. Sorry. Thanks for watching this video. I tell you to subscribe, but seeing as you're trapped in another world, I doubt you're going to have much access to the internet to watch any of my other videos. Anyways, good luck in your new world. I'll see you next time. Okay, I'll tell you guys how to get back. There are a few steps you need to do to return safely. First off, if you never left the elevator to begin with, you may simply hit the ground floor button and it should take you back to the world you know. But if you did step off the elevator, there's a bit more to it. Step 1, if you left the elevator, this may be a shocker, but you're going to have to return to the elevator you arrived in. This may be harder than you think. If you stepped off the elevator and started to explore the realm and tried to return back to your elevator, you will notice that the world starts playing tricks on you. Things that you think are familiar are actually completely new places you've never explored before. But you must continue on struggling to return to the original elevator you arrived in. If you find a different elevator, it will not work. You have to come back on the same elevator. Finding your original elevator is your only hope for salvation. Step 2. Once you've boarded your original elevator, you may repeat the same sequence you did to arrive here. Go to the 4th floor, then the 2nd, followed by the 6th, back to the 2nd, before going to the 10th floor and returning to the 5th. Pray that no outsiders board your elevator at this time, because they will likely be a little bit more scary than the grumpy old man who lives in the building getting mad at you damn kids for screwing around on the elevator. Step 3. Click the elevator to head back down to the 1st floor. If the elevator starts rising again, immediately hit any of the buttons to stop the elevator from reaching the 10th floor and bringing you to your doom. Once the elevator is stopped, restart the exiting steps again until the elevator goes down from the 5th floor to the 1st floor. If, however, while on the 5th floor, you do hit the ground floor button and the elevator begins to descend, you have successfully began your journey back to your own world. Once the doors open and reveal the familiar ground floor, it is important to take note of any small details that might be off. Sometimes the other world may play tricks on you and try to keep you here. If things are even slightly off, return the elevator and restart the process again. If you're sure, however, that you've returned to your world, remember to have all party members leave the elevator together, without speaking or looking back, until exiting the building and returning back to your safety. Congratulations, you've completed something most people never dare to attempt, and that has caused many people to lose their mind in the void forever. For some of you, you may find it hard to readjust back to normal life, knowing that the veil to an alternate reality is so easily opened. But you'll never know if that reality truly exists unless you see it for yourself. However, for many, it is better for them to choose to live their life without this unknown knowledge. Thank you for taking a ride on the Express to the Void. I hope you enjoyed our adventure today, and I hope you think twice before boarding your next elevator. Until next time, please get off my train.